as the title says, in this video I will show you things about margins and how to make sure that your script is nice and clean if you are planning to publish a book in Kindle, right? So I struggled with this and I thought of sharing this with you guys. And again, this is only specifically for scripts using Word document for Kindle, right? So the first thing is, if you see, I kept justifying my script, but when I wanted to have a 2-page view, it was doing something like this. So the first thing that you should be doing when you're doing your script on Word, you should go to File, go to More, Options, go to Advanced, and there should be a layout option here. Display layout option, right? So when you go to layout option, there is this thing called as don't expand character spaces on a line that ends with shift and return. Check that box and say okay, and the moment I do that, you see how this has changed nicely to this text, right? So that's for the justification problem. Now moving on to the main topic, right? The margins. Now obviously your book will have a view of something. If you want to view this, you should go to view, go to side by side, right? So this is your view. Now also let me show you my final version, right? Now this is my final version, nicely done. If you see the spaces on this side, right? And I was confused about this also. This is basically the gutter margin, right? That you see on this side you have. So this is my left side page. This is my right side page, and that's why you see this margin here, right? So you go to layout, and when you go to margins, and you make sure that mirror margins is selected, and this inside margin, both of them, they together are called the gutter margin, and I'll show you that. See this? These are outside margins, and this is the inside margin for each page, and together both of these inside margins is called as the gutter margin, right? And this is where your book is getting, when the book gets published, so the pages are, there's a binding done. So we need to make sure that enough space is left here so that when the binding is complete, the text is not missing, right? So what you need to do is, first of all, I'll go to view and I'll go to side by side view, right? You see this? Nice. Now here you can adjust your margins accordingly. Go back to layout and make sure that, if you see in my case, the inner margins are quite large, okay, right? And the gutter margin is quite large. So I go to margins, I go to custom margins, and let's say the inside margin is 1, so I'll make it 0.5, and I'll make my total gutter margin to 1 centimeter, let's say that. And if you see, the gutter margin here is highlighted here in the preview mode, right? And I'll say okay. So you see the inner margin has sort of it has decreased, right? So this is how you, but again, like I said, if it is going to be, the binding is going to be done, so just to be on the safer side, I would say make it, let's say, 0.6 and make this as 1.2, so that your gutter margin is quite decent. And then you can adjust your outer margins also. Also, if you want to see which page will be where on the left side, right side, I would say that you go to insert, make sure that the page numbers are inserted just for your view. And then if you see, you can just scroll. Your even page numbers will be on the left side typically, and the odd will be on the right side. And then you can see how the margins appear here, right? Once again, you can go to the layout, go to the margins, and you can also adjust the upper and the lower margins, like here and here, right? So this is how you play around. If I was not sure what exactly is the gutter margin, I knew the inside and the outside, but this was quite confusing. So once again, these are the outside margins where I'm moving the cursor. This is the inside margin for page 8. This is the inside margin for page 9. Together it is called gutter, like you see here, the gutter margin, right? And this is how you adjust your margins. And also make sure that that the other option that I just showed you, which was in the layout option in the advanced tab, this one, where is it? Yeah, this one, don't expand characters. This is checked so that it gives you a nice clean text, and you don't have to struggle with the spaces and all that. right? So I hope this helps. I really struggled with this, to trying to figure out to build the script nicely. And by the way, my book is published. If you want to check it out, it's available on Amazon.com. It's called The Last Friday. That's my first attempt. It's a flash novel, you can say. So hopefully, if you are writing a book and this helps you, if it did help you, please hit a like and subscribe. And if somebody else is struggling, make sure that you share this video with them. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you.